This is the story of a man who had nothing left at the end of every month, not one single dollar, until he discovered one tiny habit that changed everything. He started saving just 1% of every paycheck he earned. And in just 90 days, his entire relationship with money completely changed. What he did with that 1% will shock you, and it might just be the answer you have been searching for. Before we start, I want to ask you something. How much money do you have left over at the end of the month? Be honest. Drop a comment below and tell me. And please like and subscribe for more videos like this. In a busy city full of restaurants and tired workers, there lived a 27-year-old man named Daniel. Daniel worked as a waiter at a mid-range restaurant downtown. Every shift, he ran between tables for 8, sometimes 10 hours. He smiled at customers even when his feet were screaming in pain. His paycheck came every 2 weeks, and every 2 weeks, it disappeared within 3 days. Rent, phone bill, food, bus fare, gone. He lived in a small shared apartment with 2 roommates. His side of the room had a bed, a chair, and a stack of unpaid bills he kept in a drawer so he would not have to look at them. His bank account had a permanent balance of close to 0. Sometimes it went negative, and the bank charged him a fee for that too, which made it worse. But Daniel suffered from something deeper than being broke. He felt invisible to his own future. Every night, he watched his customers, people with nice watches, people talking about vacations, people who tipped well and walked out without a second thought, and Daniel would think, will I ever be one of them? Or will I be serving tables until I am 60? He had tried to save money before. Every payday, he told himself, this time, I will save something. But by the second week, something always came up. A friend's birthday, a broken phone screen, a treat yourself, dinner because work had been hard. The money always found a way to leave before he could save it. His older sister called him most Sundays. Daniel, how is the money situation? It's fine. I'm managing. But he was not managing. He was surviving, and survival was starting to feel permanent. The truth that hurt him most was this. He was not lazy. He worked long shifts. He was polite. He was reliable. His manager liked him. But hard work alone was not building anything. He was working hard in a life that stayed exactly the same, paycheck after paycheck, year after year. One thought kept circling in his mind like a song he could not turn off. There has to be a way to keep some of this money. Just some of it. But how? There was nothing left to keep. One rainy Thursday night, near closing time, an older man sat alone at table 12. He ordered a coffee and stayed long after the kitchen had stopped serving food. Daniel recognized him, Mr. Avery, a quiet regular who came in once a week, always tipped fairly, never caused trouble, and always left a worn paperback book on the table when he left, like he wanted someone to notice it. That night, Daniel noticed. "Sir, you forgot your book?" Daniel said, picking it up. Mr. Avery smiled. "I didn't forget it. Open it." Daniel opened the cover. Inside, there was a folded piece of paper with handwriting on it. Numbers. Small numbers, written in neat rows, going back years. "What is this?" Daniel asked. "That," Mr. Avery said, "is the most boring, most powerful piece of paper you will ever see." Daniel sat down across from him, curious despite his tired legs. "I used to be a delivery driver," Mr. Avery said. "Worse pay than you, probably. For years, I had nothing left at the end of the month either. Then someone told me something that sounded almost stupid." "What?" "They told me, don't try to save a lot. You can't. You don't have a lot. Just save 1%. Daniel frowned. 1%? That's nothing. "Exactly," Mr. Avery said, smiling. "That's why it works." He tapped the paper. 1% of nothing feels like nothing. You won't miss it. You won't feel it. But 1%, every single time money comes in, starts a habit. And a habit, my friend, is worth more than any amount of money because a habit doesn't disappear. But 1% won't change anything, Daniel said. That's like a few dollars. At first, yes, Mr. Avery said. But here's what they didn't tell me, and what I'm telling you now. Once you can save 1% without feeling it, you raise it. 2%, then 3, then 5. Slowly, your life adjusts around what's left, not the other way around. Most people spend first and save whatever is left, which is usually nothing. You flip it. You save first, even if it's tiny, and you spend what's left. He wrote something on a napkin and slid it across the table. Here's the rule. The 1% rule. Tonight, before you spend anything else, move 1% of your last paycheck into a separate account. One you don't touch, one you almost forget exists. Do this every time money comes in. No exceptions. Not because the amount matters, but because the habit does. Give it 90 days. If it doesn't change something inside you, come find me, and I'll buy you dinner here myself. Daniel looked at the napkin. 1% of his last paycheck was less than $10. That's it, Mr. Avery said, standing up and putting on his coat. Most people overcomplicate money because they're looking for a big solution. But big solutions require big willpower, and willpower runs out. Small habits don't need willpower. They just need repetition. He left before Daniel could ask anything else. That night, lying in bed, Daniel opened his banking app. He created a second account, a savings account he had ignored for 2 years because it required a small deposit to open. He transferred 1% of his paycheck into it, $8.40. It felt almost embarrassing. $8 was not going to save his life, but he had made a promise, even if it was a small one. He closed the app and went to sleep. The next morning, Daniel almost forgot about it completely. The $8 was gone from his checking account, and honestly, he did not notice. That was the strange part. He bought his usual coffee. He paid his usual bus fare. Nothing felt different. 2 weeks later, his next paycheck came in. He remembered Mr. Avery's napkin sitting on his nightstand. Before he paid a single bill, he transferred 1% again. $9 this time. His paycheck had been slightly higher because of tips. He started doing this every time money landed in his account. Tips from a good night, 1%, straight into the second account. His paycheck, 1%, before anything else. By the end of the first month, Daniel had saved about $35 total. $35. He almost laughed at how small it was. But something strange had started happening. He had begun checking that second account, not because the amount excited him, but because the habit had become automatic. Like brushing his teeth. He didn't think about it anymore. He just did it. Around day 20, something shifted. Daniel found himself, almost without realizing it, looking at his bills differently. He started asking, "Do I actually need this?" before buying something small. Not because he was trying to save more, the 1% rule didn't require that, but because the small act of setting money aside had made him feel, for the first time, like he was in control of something. By the end of month 2, Daniel's second account had about $90 in it. Still small, but Daniel noticed something else. He had started reading. Not books about getting rich quick, just simple articles about budgeting, about how banks work, about the difference between a need and a want. He found a free course online about personal finance basics and started watching it during his breaks. His roommate noticed. "Why are you watching finance videos on your phone? You hate numbers." Daniel shrugged. "I don't know. I just got curious." But it wasn't just curiosity. The 1% habit had cracked open a door in his mind, a door that said, "Maybe I can understand money. Maybe this isn't something that only happens to other people." In the third month, Daniel did something he had never done before. He raised his percentage. Not because Mr. Avery told him to. The 90 days weren't even over yet. But because 1% finally felt too easy. He raised it to 3%. His checking account felt the difference slightly this time. But by now, the habit was strong enough to absorb it. He adjusted small things, fewer takeout coffees, cooking simple meals twice a week instead of ordering out. Nothing dramatic, nothing that felt like punishment. On day 89, Daniel opened his second account and looked at the total. It was not a huge number. It was a little over $200. But Daniel sat there for a long moment, staring at it, because $200 was not the point. The point was this: for the first time in his adult life, he had money that he had not spent. Money that existed because of a decision he had made and kept, over and over, even when it felt pointless. The next evening, Mr. Avery came in again, same table, same coffee. Daniel walked over, almost nervous. "It's been 90 days, Daniel said. Mr. Avery looked up, and "I have about $200 saved. It's not much." Mr. Avery smiled, the kind of smile that comes from someone who has seen this exact moment many times before. "Daniel, $200 isn't the result. The result is that you're standing here, telling me about it, instead of telling me an excuse. Tell me, in the last 90 days, did you ever miss a deposit?" Daniel thought about it. "No, not once." "And do you check that account now?" "Yeah, every few days, actually." "And has anything else changed? Be honest." Daniel paused. "I started budgeting. I'm taking a free course on personal finance. I actually understand my bills now. I know where my money goes." Mr. Avery nodded slowly. "That's the 1% rule, Daniel. The money was never the lesson. The habit was the lesson. You just spent 90 days proving to yourself that you are someone who keeps a promise to your own future, even a small one. And that person, the one who just proved that, can do this with anything. Savings, skills, health, all of it. What do I do now?" Daniel asked. "Now you keep going. Raise it again when it feels easy. 5%, 10%, eventually. The number will grow because you've grown. But never go back to 0%. 0% is where you started, and you already proved you don't belong there anymore." My friend, Daniel's story is proof of something simple but powerful. You do not need a big income to start building wealth. You do not need to wait until you have more money to start saving, because that day rarely comes on its own. Here is what most people do not understand. The difference between people who build wealth and people who stay broke is rarely the amount of money they earn. It is the habit of paying their future self first, even if it is a small, almost laughable amount. 1% feels like nothing. That is exactly why it works. It is too small to feel painful, but too consistent to ignore. And once that habit becomes part of who you are, raising it becomes natural, because you are no longer fighting yourself every payday. So here is your challenge, the same challenge Mr. Avery gave Daniel. Step 1. Tonight, open a separate savings account if you don't already have one, even a basic one at your current bank. Step 2. The next time any money comes in, your paycheck, a tip, a refund, anything, immediately move 1% of it into that account. Before you pay a single bill, before you buy anything. Step 3. Commit to doing this every single time money comes in for 90 days. Not when it's convenient. Every time. I promise you this. If you do this for 90 days, your bank balance might not change dramatically, but you will change. You will become someone who keeps promises to your own future. And that person can build real wealth, starting from absolutely nothing. Daniel had no savings, no financial education, and a job that barely covered his bills. You have everything he had, and you're watching this video, which means you have the same opportunity sitting in front of you right now. The only question is, will your next paycheck be the one where you finally start? Or will you spend it all again and watch this same video next year, wondering why nothing changed? If you're ready to start the 1% rule, hit that like button right now as your commitment. Then drop a comment telling me, What's 1% of your next paycheck? Let's hold each other accountable. I'll be checking the comments. Share this video with someone who says they want to save money but never does. Maybe this is the push they need. And subscribe to this channel, because every week I bring you stories of people who transformed their lives and the exact steps they used. Remember Mr. Avery's words, the money was never the lesson. The habit was the lesson. And that habit begins with your next paycheck. 1%. Will you keep the promise?